Hey everybody, this is Steve Matthes on PulpMX. You are watching the
PulpMX Classic Commentary.
And I'm here with my my brother.
Hello, this is Jason Matthes.
Two Canadians talking about Supercross. So here we go. 87, Anaheim 1. As the graphic says.
Ooh,
Heat 1. There's Ricky Ryan. 5'0". And there's
Is that Cooper's wife?
Yep, Jana. It's Jana Cooper. Look at Burnworth coming out of his first year as a non-factory rider.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
number 20.
I like Burnworth. He started jet skiing gear. I think he was a graphic designer as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. So here we got Ricky Ryan, always known for his starts. Ricky Ryan could whole shot anything.
Weighed 100 pounds soaking wet.
And Burnworth was known for his starts too, and there's Burnworth, number 20.
Oh, Burnworth.
Oh,
Just
the big
shuts her
triple.
down.
That's a big triple even for today.
Yeah.
Like I was saying.
Is that Tyson or Talon
That's
Volan?
a Volan brother. I want to say it's Tyson because Talon's younger.
No berms whatsoever in that corner. Flat track it.
Yeah, it's just like now.
Yellow
Why is there
flag
yellow
for the
flag for the
leader.
leader?
Someone crossed the track and is on the other lane.
Wow. I always thought Ryan's numbers were pretty unique back then. Nobody had,
Equal?
like, they were handmade numbers here, and nobody had these kind of numbers. Somebody made them for him.
Peaky double the triple and
Yeah, it's a
follow the
double,
leader.
actually.
There doesn't seem to be any factory riders in this first heat here. They're all support guys somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, this would never happen nowadays.
This is all the guys outside the top 10 in this heat.
Yeah, really, huh? And so Ricky Ryan's winning. And, yeah, that's a Tyson Volan, I think, in second. And you can kind of see this Supercross is a little bit like modern Supercross now, 87.
They got a time at their tapping their back brake.
Mm-hmm. Big triple right there.
Probably not much of a difference in suspension setup for these guys. Don't know if they changed it a whole lot from their national setups to this.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I doubt it. And talking to some of the old guys, they don't remember doing much other than turning a couple clickers to
There's a
adjust
big
for
double.
Supercross.
Huffman was saying it's 80 feet. I don't think they got 80 feet on that, but it's
Mm-hmm.
big nonetheless.
There's announcer math. As a former announcer, or a wannabe announcer, I can attest to the fact that there is such a thing as announcer math.
3 stories high, 100 feet wide.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so this is for all you, all the crazies on the board. This is the 2-stroke qualifier here. There's no 4 strokes in this heat.
I think all of these PulpMX Supercross lookbacks are going to be 2-stroke only.
Well, I think there's one of them that I've watched where they have a guy with a big hang glider attached to his Harley Davidson, and he jumps the whole field.
Oh yeah, he's a 4-stroke.
Yeah, so that was the first 4-stroke on a Supercross track
Right.
was Flying Joe, Super Joe Namath.
Yeah. So look at Tyson Volan here. Like,
Rolling it.
And Cooper rear ends him. It's like on a 405 freeway rush hour. And of course,
still nobody coming by either of them.
no. And of course, Kawasaki's even back then brittle plastic, always known for their plastic braking. And
Sorry.
Cooper,
Yeah.
and he misses a shift, and he
Whoa.
still airs it out.
Just whips it.
That right there is what Cooper was best known for, and he just showed it. So Cooper at this time was starting to come into his own. 87, 88, 89.
This was Cooper was getting factory support kind of out of the back of the truck here.
He definitely should have won a Super. Oh, look at him. That was the last lap, too.
And they won it. Cooper,
Oh,
Team
poor Ricky
Honda, 1
Ryan.
and 2.
Volan has no fender. There's Sky Coupe, Air Coupe. Always thought Cooper didn't really care about his appearance too much. Wore MSR, kind of back when MSR was just a...
Malcolm Smith's gear. Maybe Malcolm designed it then.
Yeah, it looks like Volan missed a shift, or he stalled it, or... Because he's still moving. Oh,
but he got bump started by Cooper there, and his bike started up again.
Look at that.
But very little hay bales on this track compared to other tracks.
There's his wife standing there, waiting for the interview
yeah.
to finish.
She should have had the sponsors written on that pit board.
Yeah. Times have changed, Jay. Times have changed. Here's some factory riders. Golden Boy, Leask, Australian. No, Dogger, still struggling to adapt to the bikes from the
These
works
guys
Hondas.
are thinking, why did they get in Heat 1?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Although, I'm not sure if they had to ride semis or not. Yeah, look at Glover.
perfect style.
Yeah.
Still wearing JT gear. They're kind of on their way out. They weren't at their peak then, but still really cool.
This was the first year of Glover. Larry Huffman's having a heart attack right now talking about this. And there's Lachine. Look at wait. You think Lachine didn't want to run him wide a little bit right there?
Nope. Didn't whip it like Cooper, but
no.
Least snuck in a second there.
He did, quietly. I always liked how Glover wore the blue this year with the red bike. Like it was just his motif, the blue.
Yeah.
Didn't you run the blue on your Yamaha?
Nope. I had the red and white JT gear. Super tight, vented JT pants. I could hardly
see your
bend my
ball
knees.
sack and stuff. And they always were that way. But Dogger right here, looking good.
Standing up through the corners.
Picture perfect form. This is only 6 laps or whatever, so he's fine right here.
He just had a 6-pack before the start, so he's loose.
Yeah, he's airing it out, but
not that I know, but just what I read.
I like this look on Lachine too. Green, flow green like that.
Green.
That looks good.
Notice there's like no stickers on his rad shrouds. That's like they forgot to put them on, or
rad shrouds is a Canadian term. It means radiator shrouds.
Okay.
They don't say rad shrouds in America, but that's okay.
Stickers. He's missing a decal on his radiator shroud.
Yeah, there you go. But look at Glover. Oh, Glover. It's surprising how you read everything. Everything you read about Glover says he's technical and not
super smooth.
Yeah, and so far in 3 laps, we've only seen him eat shit 3 times.
Yeah, I remember reading Dirt Bike Magazine and MXA, like, the worst thing that ever happened to Glover was the back of his jersey came out from his pants.
Right.
Otherwise, technically perfect.
But meanwhile, we've got video evidence here.
Yeah, somehow that doesn't correlate.
That he was basically hanging on for his life at 87 Anaheim.
He was 10% more in control than Bob Hanna.
Yeah, pretty much. So Lachine looks like a robot.
He does.
Elbows up, like that's a riding style, right?
Wow.
Look at that clicker for the fans.
George Holland getting lapped already.
Holland's getting lapped.
172 trying to unlap himself with George Holland there.
Yeah, I wonder. Something happened to Holland. There's no way Lachine laps Holland.
Yeah, he was a top 10 guy consistently.
Yeah.
On the worst bikes back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Kehoe, poor guys.
Yeah, like
every year.
Kehoe would have went to Honda early on.
Or Holland escaped and won, and he ended up escaping and winning a national championship.
He became a champ, and Kehoe never got that chance.
No. Yeah, Eric said he rode a Honda once, and he was talking to him, and he rode it once, and he understood why he kept getting beat. Jeff Stanton, first time we hear him. He's number 56, I think, this year.
He would be wearing High Point
gear, 56, yeah. A real brute on the bike. Go back to the California Supercross Challenge here.
I guess they could call it the California Supercross Challenge again, couldn't they, with 3 or 4 Anaheims happening?
Sure, why not,
San Diego and
crown a California champion.
There should be a California Supercross champion.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
This heat's stacked. So, yeah, you're screwed if you're a privateer in this heat.
Man, Heat 1 was the way to go.
For a privateer? Oh, yeah, definitely. I love that helmet. Prim's got that helmet. Greg Prim in his museum.
Wardy's?
Yeah, that's a beautiful helmet.
Eddie Warren beside him?
Look
at Wardy's jersey. He's got like a turtleneck on right to his chin.
Yeah.
I remember those jerseys were like, you could wear those in the middle of February.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no. Here we go. Here's some video footage of Wardy's winning ways taken at Carlsbad, I believe. And that is on the 86 bike.
Oh, Works bike. Yes.
85 or 86. Oh, 86. It could be 85 Works bike, yeah. Ward was gnarly. Ward is gnarly still to this day.
Yeah.
Like when I went to that supermoto race last year at the Vegas, he's such a man. Like he took his shirt off and he's got scars and hair, and he's just a man.
Well, I remember reading the magazines where he like broke his tailbone, and so he did the whole Supercross series. Kawasaki would bring a block of ice with them, and he would sit on the ice in his box van between heat races.
Yeah.
Because his tailbone was cracked the whole
Yeah,
year.
the guys aren't doing that now. They're not sitting on a block of ice. They're going to just be home.
Yeah. I guess they get paid enough, or it's just different.
Right. No, times were different here. As you can see by the guy standing on the hay bale in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Look at Mickey Dymond. The next great thing at this point. Never really fulfilled that destiny. But perhaps if he'd been allowed to stay at Honda, he might have. There's Hollywood Holly, number 10.
Keith Bowen in the middle of the pack.
And let's face it, number 10 is legit.
Yeah.
And here's Holly, number 10. He lost his factory ride.
Being number 10.
Being number 10. Like, he sucked. And so they're like, you're fired. And he told me he still stayed at Yamaha just because he was being loyal, even though they fired him.
Nice guys finished last, eh?
Yeah. Oh, they just tripled that. Dymond and Wardy just tripled that thing.
These guys are hauling. Wardy's wide open.
Yeah.
Almost looped it out.
Look at the flagman. He's freaking out. See the flagman right there? He was jumping up and down, waving his flag. He was so excited.
I hope he gets paid more than a hot dog and a Coke for that kind of enthusiasm.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mickey Dymond showing everybody here that he's the real deal. And he is going to be the next one, like everybody says, by passing Jeff Ward, who is still in his I'm a badass phase right now.
Does Kenny Watson have any stories about Jeff Ward?
He probably does.
That's something you have to ask him.
He probably does. Look at these stutter bumps, too. Like, Wardy
That's
jumps
a
like
long
4 of them.
Section.
Yeah, you can see the bikes are getting bogged down for sure. And go outside right there, go back across the start straight.
This is a pretty good track. This would be tough for any average guy to do.
Yes, absolutely. I think this track holds up to today somewhat.
I mean, Bubba would make it look terrible, but...
Yeah, not the whoops, but...
You and me and guy down the road would have a hard time riding this track. And you were Steve Canadian Junior 500 champion, so...
Let's not forget that. Let's make sure that...
You have a... Here in Winnipeg, you're in my basement, and but just down the road we have evidence that Steve used to be lean, mean motocross machine.
Yes, absolutely. And, I mean, a 500 would not be my weapon of choice for this track.
No,
but,
no, you're...
hey, whatever.
Did you borrow Cake's 500 for that? Or
no, I had a Honda 500. Thanks for remembering.
I was jet skiing in those days. I don't remember much.
Exactly. But, Harry up and just threw out an airport. Harry Christian on Airport Traveler.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. It. And Wardy's stalking him, man. Dymond is not pulling away.
No, that Ward is, slipperier than a snake oil salesman in the night.
He is. He's on him like a bear on a piece of meat.
Oh, I'm telling you. But he can half squat 400 pounds, Ward.
Look at Wardy. Only could double that time. Dymond tripled, pull out a little bit. And it's the last lap, so it's on right now.
I think Ward, with his bike, he's got to put maybe some 40-weight gear oil in his forks and stiffen it up.
Yeah, I don't think the guys were really Supercross specialists back then.
Maybe put 12 pounds of air, like Super Hunky said, in your forks, bump them up.
Yeah, Super Hunky really showed his age a few times in that podcast.
The guy's
great guy.
Awesome.
Great guy. But
times pass us all by, I guess.
Well, it all happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Like, we remember this, so it tells you how old we are.
Yeah, and if you're watching this right now, you're officially a dork like us. So perhaps we should...
Old motocross geek. And luckily nowadays...
Look at Wardy pulling alongside. Oh.
Pass the Vaseline, I'm coming through, he says.
And you knew Ward was waiting for this last lap. He's like, this kid ain't in shape. I got him.
Dymond's not going to do it.
Big. That's
Ward
it. Gives
done.
it to Dymond. But it's only a heat race, folks. It's only a heat race. But I think Jeff Ward showed Dymond that he's not going to get away that easy in the main event.
But Wardy wanted it.
Oh, Wardy did. There's no doubt about that. What about Mickey wearing Honda Line gear?
Yeah, poor bugger. I felt sorry for those guys who wore Honda Line gear.
They did. Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
It's like they couldn't get anything better.
All right. Here's O'Mara, second year Suzuki. That switch hasn't worked out for him at this point.
No, I don't.
First year Suzuki. Sorry, this is the first year Suzuki.
Is that Pedersen?
It was. Number 25, Ross Rollerball Peterson.
Lots of Canadian content when reviewing these videos.
And, O'Mara, supposed to be basically challenging, his old buddies, Ward, Bailey, before he got hurt, RJ, and couldn't do it on that bike. Just really couldn't do it on that bike.
That was like, Suzuki had the weirdest, gigantic, eccentric cam rear suspension then or something.
Yeah.
Totally different design. Only
Blue motors,
ran
too.
for a couple years.
Blue motors.
Not good bikes. They're doing
and right now, David Stanfield's talking to Mickey about doing that triple.
He's got a great mullet happening here. Business in the front, party in the back for Mickey.
Yeah, hey, way to look into the camera too, Mickey. He looks like he's distracted by chicks or the actual racing that's going
Or
on.
maybe he has ADD and there's something shiny over there.
Well, if you heard that podcast I did with Mickey, It's very possible he has some ADD on there. Here's Johnson, number 1, top of the world.
Blowing out the hay bales.
Only guy that could touch him the previous year was Bailey. Bailey's out with an injury at this point. So
Bailey's paralyzed at this point.
yes, absolutely. So without Bailey around, RJ really was the king of racing. And but as we'll see later, I think times change up. I think 361 is Al Dick. I think.
Is it?
I'm not sure though.
If it is, he was fast, but it's tough to compete with these other guys. Then
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. No, that guy's got Emerald Bear plastic boots on.
he's a Euro.
Yeah,
If
he
you
could
wore
be.
Emerald Bear in the '80s, you were a Euro.
Right.
Or maybe you had a good distributor in your neighborhood, but
Your name was Emerald Bear if you wore them.
your name was Mike Roberts, and you're pretty happy that gear with your name on it.
Yes. You told your buddies down the street that you have your own gear line. Last lap.
Yeah.
They're really cutting through this.
Johnson's amazing to watch. It'd be nice to see more of him.
Well, Larry Upman just said we're going to see if he does any more
I
showboating.
see a thumbs up is going to be
Oh.
happening, I bet you.
I see a thumbs up or a one-legger.
Oh, he's concentrated. I guess it's the first race of the year. He wants to bring it all.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look at the fans fist pumping over the one-legger.
If he could have pulled a backflip there, everyone would have had a stroke instantaneously.
Yes. But how far we've come, folks, in such a short time. Where a one-legger would just set you off like you won the lottery. Oh, and there's the number one with the finger.
Point to the crowd. Do that every lap.
Look at the guy running across the track right there. Not sure why. Don't know why.
Goggle guy. Do they have goggle guys then?
Nope, definitely not.
Not the goggle guy then. He
And
wasn't.
it shows you how big that triple was. There's no styling.
No.
He's just worried about getting over it.
Back or down. That's a terrible finish line jump.
It is.
You can't cross it up there. Can't whip it. That is high.
No, that's a legit jump.
Oh, and if you
Why
come
is
short,
he wearing the hunter glasses in the interview? Is he paintballing? He just threw them on.
fishing
Oakley,
with Bob Azumi later? Later
Oakley
on.
athlete.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hurricane warnings.
Oh, it looks like Bob's going to tell us how old he is, and he doesn't like these jumps.
That is exactly it. I predict Bob Hanna talking shit here, coming up very closely.
I remember what year was it when they had Bob Hanna ride a quad at Anaheim?
That was 86.
Yeah.
86, they debuted it. And,
Poor Bob had to sit on this quad and tell everybody how great it was.
hey, whatever paid, I guess, back then.
At
You
what
know?
point do you feel just used?
So this is a semi of some sort because Holland already raced, as we saw him getting lapped.
Manley?
Number 7, Holland. 47 is
Brian
Manley,
Manley,
yes. Correct. Good call.
Placenta, California. I'm not a fan of that name. I wouldn't like to live there.
No.
Kind of
I believe it's
heebie-jeebies.
Placentia. But that's okay. Larry's a native California. Perhaps he knows better than I. Transplanted Canadian. Placentia.
Placentia.
Yeah. No, he's not, Larry. A factory rider is not supposed to follow a privateer, as he just told us. But Manley's putting the wood here to George Holland. Highly paid Suzuki factory rider. Probably made, if Tim Ferry made $23,000 in '97,
Yeah.
what did Holland make here? Did he actually pay Suzuki to ride for him?
Oh, God. He paid Hallman for that gear.
Oh,
That was not good-looking gear.
Really? I didn't mind that gear.
Oh, I had a Hallman chest protector. It was like wearing a parka.
Well, yeah, you had the whole elbow guard one.
No,
that
I
looked
never
like a
put the
clam.
elbow
No,
guard,
but
no.
you had that one.
That's right. I had that
You
one.
look like a turtle, like a clamshell.
But I tried to make a trick.
You
but
did?
Still not good.
What'd you do?
Various cool sticker placements.
Oh, okay, all right. And Holland's here. Oh,
Slides it out. That Bridgestone M22 wasn't hooking up at all.
yeah. You know what's so funny too? Back then, here, like RJ ran Bridgestones one year, and the rest of the Honda guys ran Dunlops.
They could-
Like you could make different deals. A rider could make deals with tire companies, different, just on his own. It wasn't really teams. But if you're Brian Manley right now, you're pretty pumped. You just won a semi.
You're riding a really crappy YZ250 and you're going to win a semi.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
I had one of these bikes. Not good.
Much different from the '86? No, right?
No.
Same thing. especially considering you're going up against the 87 CR 250, which is still to this day considered one of the best bikes of all time.
I think Brian Manley may have unhooked the Bass system off his rear shock here.
Mm-hmm.
Yamaha had a system that ran a cable from your rear brake to your shock reservoir and opened up various valves to make your suspension softer every time you tap the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work well.
Look at Manley, and
He
so
looks
Holland's,
good, though.
Yeah, he does, and Holland's slowly creeping back up, though.
Manley's fast.
I mean, Holland's number 7, so goddamn, that's pretty good.
He's got 40 numbers on Manley.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely looks better than Manley, though.
He
over
does,
that double.
yes. I'm with you on that. I think that a guy like Manley, at the end of his deal, you know, basically was probably penniless from his racing career.
Yeah.
And that's really sad.
Yeah, he's a good rider. I mean,
Right.
I mean, he's on him like a dog on a piece of meat here, though. He is just going to... There
Yeah.
he goes. Skies it out.
There's nothing you're going to do at this point. I mean, he's a factory. Look at the flagman.
All the personnel are
Everybody's
cheering
cheering
him.
him.
He gave out free almonds before this race as a precursor to later in life, and
Yeah.
he's won over the flaggers before the main event.
Well, I think as a factory rider, you feel a ton of pressure if some dude is beating you that's not a factory rider.
Was Manley ever like a hot up-and-coming guy? Did he ever have a lower number than this?
Oh,
Was
he did,
a-
absolutely. Manley was in the 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Manley was legit, for sure.
So at this point, he's buying his own bikes and
Probably.
driving a van to the races.
Probably getting help from Mitch or something. A pipe and a silencer.
Yeah, this was Mitch's second or third year doing Japanese stuff, right? 86 was Mitch's big year. when he
86
sent
was the year that
stuff
put
to-
Mitch's on the map. Yeah, RJ used his pipe in 86.
in Paris.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But, don't count out Manley, Halfman just told us.
I think they might be lapping Bone, perhaps. Or no? No.
How come the heat races with the factory rock? What are you doing,
What?
George?
Holland pulled over.
So he could clear that double.
Oh, good line selection, yeah.
Did you just, Hoffman said that they're swapping back and forth like a Hollywood party.
Ooh.
That's a good one. It's a little risque for
I've never
87.
heard that one. I thought I heard everything he ever said. Swapping back
How come
and forth.
they showed the heats with the big stars? They
Yeah.
showed 3 laps of that,
2 laps of Rick Johnson.
but the Manley Holland semi battle.
Prime time.
Yeah, we're showing every lap of that.
You will not miss a moment of Holland Manley.
Yes.
87, I
I
promise
wonder
you
if the
this.
producer was like somebody named Chris Manley, Brian's brother or something.
Susie Holland.
Susie Holland and Chris Manley are
Oh,
directors.
it was a Holland Manley production, I remember now.
Because, yeah, I mean, this is
He's going to get him back.
Oh, is he? Oh, George. George doesn't look like he's like
he
really
looks
protecting.
good, but
his
he's not going fast.
No.
Oh. How about Manley?
Oh, look at Manley do the one-hander.
Everybody's cheering for Manley again, though.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on the floor just loves Supercross. They cheer for
Yeah,
everyone.
no matter what happens. So does Holland get up here? Yeah, he gets up, rolls across the line. Good for Brian Manley beating the highly paid factory rider. By highly paid, I mean $15,000 and some expenses.
Oh, no, here's Bob. Tell us how bad the track is, Bob.
Yeah, let's hear what Bob has to say.
Supercross better than anybody. Bob, can you tell us about the obstacles tonight? Well, I think it can be rough and technical.
Is he going to a party with that jacket? Some sort of latex
He
party?
just said it could be rough and technical, but they don't have to have all these jumps.
Yeah.
Meaning those 5% are way out.
Bob was at this point looking for a career in flat track TT racing, I guess.
Their career could be over with. Their career or the guy that they land on, the 95%'s riding over them, they're going to land
Bob is so bitter at these jumps.
I don't know what it was. I loved Bob Hanna until I, found some motocross videos, and he just complained about jumps all the time. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I'm not quite sure like what he thought Supercross was going to be. But anyways, yeah, Bob does come across as a bitter beer face Bob.
Probably a great guy to hang out with, and
Yeah, he turned me down
Have
for a
stories with.
podcast though.
he wants nothing to do with you.
Nope, didn't want to do it. I don't know if he knows who I am, but
You're some Canadian jerk in a basement watching videos.
yeah, I know exactly. So you want to just keep going?
Sure.
Do the main.
Yeah. I don't know.
All
if
right,
you,
so we're back here, and
I've been there to Anaheim twice. I'm sure you've been there 24 times, but
more than 24. But you were there when it was a real stadium, as far as being massively huge.
I was there in '89.
Right, when it wasn't renovated yet.
I saw when Johnny Omar's front end broke off over the
Right.
triples.
Right.
He was winning.
And he was gone, right? He was checked out.
He was the man. Kehoe's got, or Team Suzuki has latex Saturday night gear on here, it seems, for their pit gear.
Johnny O is not going to make it, I guess. He's got problems. There's John R., my old boss at Yamaha, suspension guy. Loves Windex. He's got Windex right there.
You should do a podcast with that guy.
Yeah, I should.
Look at that hair. Who's that guy?
That's
on the
Chris
left?
Haynes.
Chris Haynes.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at Mickey's performance, Mickey Dymond?
Roger's looking young there.
He is. He's wearing Donnie Hansen's clothing company's hat.
Oh,
Whole Shot USA.
Oh, the different. Okay, got it.
Not sure.
Is that Josh Hansen? Was Josh Hansen sponsoring Roger DeCoster then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh has been around a long time. You know, he has been riding a light since what, 86 here? Is this 87?
Yeah, he's still in the lights class right now.
Yeah.
Here's a little look back at the first, or maybe not the first
This
ever
is the
one.
first
but-
time Josh Hansen ever raced Supercross.
Yeah. And he's still an idiot in this one even. Mike Goodwin's giving us the thing right before he went out and killed Mickey Thompson. Oops, sorry.
That didn't happen.
But so this is the first ever Super Bowl of motocross.
Husqvarnas and CZs. in
And
the
look at
first
that.
corner.
Hey, that's the LA Coliseum. It looks packed, and that place holds like 130,000 people. That was Marty Smith, I believe, doing that.
It's hard to announce this stuff with 3 inches of travel. I'm not sure what to expect at any given moment.
No, definitely not. But this is the roots of Supercross right here.
I think at this point their drum brakes are heating up, and they will use their feet as paddles.
You know, that's the funny thing about these bikes is you talk to these old dudes, and I don't mean the 80s guys, I mean these guys. And there's Marty.
God.
Oh, and he forgets to turn left is what happened.
And he's
He thought the track went straight. He just had a brain fart. 81.
ooh,
There's
some
Bomber.
trick bikes,
Yeah.
full works bikes.
But getting back to my point, the guys back in the day, a skill was to let your bike keep running. That was
Oh.
a skill because the bikes couldn't handle it.
Not to ride her wide open.
Yeah. So the guys had to conserve their bikes, and that was a skill that took. You know, try to tell Chad Reed right now, hey Chad, conserve your bike.
Well, even to be able to ride any bike to its full potential. I mean,
Right.
I've never had a bike that I've been able to override that bike,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Oh, look, there's Hannah. I guess those jumps are too big.
Oh, it's Howerton.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Hannah's number 100 on YZ.
Oh.
That's YZ for the
It's a Rhinestone
Americans.
Cowboy right there.
What a terrible name. Although unique, at least it's not KH4.
Right.
That's
right.
KH4.
KH2.
And
Yeah.
yeah, who's
And,
that? Mark Barnett.
MB5.
MB2, 5.
He was 5 right there.
Okay, MB5.
Here's the 83. This is the infamous water pit that.
That's KK25. Kenny Keelan 25.
Yeah. He's a great rider.
KK25.
The water hole was a source of controversy at this race, and it's right there.
I like that water hole.
Right there. That pissed everyone off. The teams almost boycotted over that. I just read the magazine article a little while ago.
They should do that more now.
They should, right?
Sure, something different. People love monster trucks,
I agree.
so give them a little bit of monster truck action. We'll get the
I
crowds
agree.
back.
It was awesome having that Anaheim retro track a few years ago, and the riders did nothing but bitch and moan, but that's okay. But it's not cookie cutter. That's fine.
Something different. Although for good reason, it does matter. I mean, I think you could honestly have like a TT track, a circle track with 2 jumps. But if you had 5 guys battling, who cares? You don't really have to go 80 feet. Although I sound like Bob Hanna when I say that.
Yeah, strangely enough, you sound like your hero, Bob Hanna.
These jumps are much too large.
He's a little professor. This would be his first ever Supercross win right here, and he would actually go on to win the title this year over my favorite rider, Mark Barnett.
You love Barnett. Look
I
at
did.
that fluorescent gear those guys have. It hurts my eyes.
Yeah, David Stanfield talking about the crew.
I think it took Jeff Ward quite a bit. They let him pack the gate first because he only has size 5 feet. So they gave him a head start to pack
Look at
things
John
down.
R. figuring it out, like using a pit board as a shovel. That's so John R.
Yeah,
figuring
he
that
was-
stuff
okay.
out.
Very technical man.
Yeah,
That pit board actually was ported. It was a little bit sharper on one side to scoop the dirt better.
yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Look back, 86 Anaheim, considered by many to be one of the best Supercrosses of all time. Right now, Johnson's coming up on Burnworth, who he had cleaned out earlier in the race, and Burnworth was none too happy about that. And you can see him holding RJ up for a little while.
Burnworth knows he's there and he wants to get revenge.
Totally on purpose, and not happy with RJ because Burnworth had the whole shot and RJ cleaned him out earlier in the race.
Oh, you can see him putting on brakes. Burnworth's probably right ahead of him.
Mm-hmm. I like that motif Burnworth's got on, the pink and black.
Kind of, yeah. Burnworth is not letting Johnson by. This track looks like it's 9 feet wide.
Yeah, it's not very wide right here. Look at
Man.
And Bailey ends up winning. That was a poster right there with RJ in the background.
I had that on in my room with a piece of tape on each corner hanging up on the wall there.
Right.
All my magazines had 10 less pages every month because I ripped out every color picture and put it up on the wall.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
thank God I wasn't into the Bay City Rollers, but motocross instead.
Yeah, here's the main event right here. 87 Anaheim 1. They're
Ross
out
and Glover side by side.
Mm-hmm. Ross Peterson and Glover, 2 champions, 2 winners side by side.
Ross Pedersen, the winningest Canadian motocrosser of all time.
And look at Glover and RJ going at it. This is the first race of the season. You want to set the tone here. This is the start of the year. And
coming to a huge whoop.
Whoa! RJ barely hanging on there.
The whoop section almost claimed RJ.
Absolutely. And Glover's in third. Oh, Mickey Dymond goes down in the corner.
Pushes the front end out.
Looks like Stanton almost runs over his bike. And something happened to the color here. But
the VHS tape has degraded at this point. It's overheated.
Even the VHS can't believe that Wardy just got RJ.
Oh, but
look
VHS
at Wardy airing the triple and RJ not.
That's it.
But
RJ's a good jumper. He just must have missed a shift, I would think, at this point.
Yeah. No, RJ can definitely air that out, as we're probably going to see here in a little bit. I'm sure he can.
And is he racing trucks with Deegan and Wardy now?
Yes,
he still
is.
A truck racer?
Yes, he is. Look at Wardy pulling away from RJ too. So right now Rick's freaking out. He's actually pulling away. So
he has nothing for Ward at this point.
Whoa!
Oh!
RJ out.
Ragdolled it.
Seacrest out. It's RJ out right there. And you don't know
Seacrest?
American Idol talk, Jay.
Oh my God.
Look at all the flagmen. Oh my God.
They must be unionized. There's quite a few of them on the track.
Oh,
right
Wardy's pissed. Race is red flagged. Interesting how they red flag a race for one guy down.
But that's the champ. If Bubba's unconscious, do they stop the race?
No.
No,
I don't think they do.
Oh, okay. They should. He's the lead singer at this point. He's the champ. You got to keep him.
Good start by Ross right there. Rollerball. He just rolled by the screen.
What happened there?
A good 30 seconds down from the last place guy. There's RJ getting carried off, and at this point, that's got to be like Jesus getting carried off. I mean, the crowd must be silent. You know what I mean? That's a big deal right there.
They're all drinking wine and eating crackers at this point.
Yeah.
Hoping to raise him from the dead.
Yeah, but if you're Jeff Ward, you're high-fiving everybody. Because, your main rival just got carted off.
Which is fine with Ward. I think back in this era, it was okay not to love the guys you raced with.
Absolutely, I agree. And there's a replay of RJ's crash.
That's nasty.
Comes up short. Looks like his foot might have blown off.
Well, the foot pegs were as wide as my thumb back then, so they hadn't thought of the wide foot pegs at this point.
No.
But look at all the flaggers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's unity.
6 guys. 7 guys. 7 guys just
strength in numbers right there with the flagmen.
They're ignoring the other sections where guys are cartwheeling their brains out.
It looks like they're members of the village people doing the YMCA. There's so many flaggers there.
Yeah.
Although I did notice a policeman there.
Yeah. Here's a replay. RJ, like I said, trying the triple of doom, probably about 50 feet out of a turn.
Work suspension, and it still blows him off the bike. Oh, face plant. Man, he could have been paralyzed at that point.
And right now he's out. He's
Not
out cold.
unconscious at that point.
Yeah, he's a rag doll. Okay.
We understand the helmet's been cracked at this point, we've been told by Huffman.
That replay right there doesn't
Useless.
show me a thing.
No. Although, yes, it shows you a blue circle.
Yes.
It shows
Yes.
you
The blue circle.
the pinnacle of 80s technology. Everyone watch the Blue Circle.
Everybody watch the Blue Circle. It's moving.
It's Pearl Jam. Spin the black circle.
Yeah. There's RJ. He's out. He's
That's
out
because he's
cold.
going 65 miles an hour, according to Larry Huffman.
Again with the replay. Oh, they're just not scared to show us the
Carnage.
The Carnage.
More Carnage, the better.
And right.
Oh.
Oh. And you know the rest of this 87 season, Johnson had spent making up this gap, this 25-point gap, all season long, and he never could do it. Couldn't do it by the end. Wardy ended up winning the title. But Johnson won more races, was a more dominant rider, but that crash cost him the 87 title.
So did he come back the next week after this crash?
Yeah.
He was back. Wow, that's serious.
Yeah, there's not a lot of asterisk mobile medic people telling him to hold off. Here's the restart. No RJ. Cooper, 15.
He just kept picking up the phone around his house all week. It kept ringing.
Yeah, and they said, okay, you're good to go. I love that helmet from Glover right there.
There's Ronald Sheen down the middle of the pipe.
Yeah, look at him. He's dead last right now, Ronald Sheen is. And Wardy pulls the whole shot again.
Pedersen mid-pack. Disappointing start for the Canadian champ.
Yeah. And, Wardy slingshots by him.
Ward's on it.
Wardy cleared that thing from the outside. Glover cleared it from the inside, so.
Eddie Warren, Jeff Leask.
Yeah.
16. Is that Cooper? Or Brooks?
16's Brooks. 87,
Brooks.
yeah.
Larry Brooks. Actually a team manager now.
And
common fact, loved by the message boards. He's probably the most popular person on any message board, I think.
Mm-hmm.
People love him the most.
Okay, and I'm not sure if they're running short on time right here, but we just went from the first lap, Wardy winning, to now a victory lap. 20 laps later, apparently nothing happened.
We've edited 19 laps out of this event here.
Yeah. I guess, you know what? Too many replays of RJ getting knocked out.
Well, and part of it was the Holland Manley production we saw every single lap.
We saw more Holland and Manley than we saw Jeff Ford in the main event.
So overall, 87 Anaheim impression is, man, Holland Manley, look out for those pair. I mean, they are obviously
Holland and Manley
with.
are going to be a force to reckon with. And screw Jeff Ford, screw RJ.
The guy can only ride one lap fast. I mean, they cut down the motors forward. He has 2 laps and he's
Seriously,
done.
let's talk. Is that not a little bizarre in the coverage?
We missed it. If this happened nowadays, people would shit.
Yes, yeah. There would be internet war.
Weigand we'd have Weigand's head on the platter Emig,
Shaheen. Yeah, everybody.
Anyone
and
associated
Weigand.
with announcing.
Yeah,
just
everybody.
Just by simple association, Jason Weigand would be in trouble for this
Exactly.
video performance.
Exactly. There's Larry. He had the glasses on his neck earlier, but now it's serious business. He put him up. He put him on.
He's got the giant microphone in front of him here. He's got a little bit of carpal tunnel syndrome.
He's either got a giant corn dog or he's got a microphone. One of the two. I don't know what's going on.
Still the other guy, the blonde announcer,
David Stanfield.
Stanfield just wearing a sweater he picked up on the way to the race.
Mm-hmm. And some sort of not a sailor shirt. Is that a compass with? I don't know.
Space Invaders theme, perhaps. It was
the
80s.
There's a top 10, folks. 87 Anaheim. Billy Frank gets 9th, and no one cares. Full privateer.
Eddie Warren 7th. I think he was factory.
Yeah, he was factory. Volan, 10th. Good show for him.
Although,
how did Lachine get 2nd from dead last? Good ride for him.
We had no idea. We never saw him once.
But we do know that Manley.
I think that's Lachine in the background. Look, see the mustache.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, they're buddies there. Well, hey, thank you for listening and watching the PulpMX Supercross recap.
Keep your right hand cranked and your feet on the pegs.
All right. Well, thanks very much, and stay tuned for another exciting episode. And if you're watching this and you enjoy it, then you guys need a life. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.